Hello, hello, hello. Aaron Wills again, bringing you another reaction video. Yep, I'm going back to those now. Bringing you another reaction video. I started this video on Friday, the 23rd day of August in 2024 at 10:11 a.m. Along with welcoming you to your channel, allow me to thank you for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe before sharing this video and turning the post notification bell on. Here we go now. Here we go now. I'm going to go to a little bit of the old YouTubes and find us something to watch. Why for YouTube? YouTube.com, Entree. What we have? When evil cops get arrested by their own partners. Huh. I don't know if you've watched that before. There's news, there's Gordon Ramsay. I like to watch Gordon Ramsay's videos like Kitchen Nightmares and whatnot. So I'm going to review some, I'm going to react to some Gordon Ramsay stuff. Alright. Hell's Kitchen. I want to see some Kitchen Nightmares. Alright. This is worst dishes in Hell's Kitchen history. Here we go, let's watch this. Shall we?
I still have a spreadsheet on my desktop that has 86 no's of it's too early, I don't think the market's big enough, but to quit because people told me no, I just couldn't do that. I became the first black woman to raise more than $1 million for a packaged food or beverage company, and I'd never sold.
Hell's Kitchen is a place of growth, of encouragement even. Contestants experimenting with food? Sure, why not? But some contestants have taken this grace to its logical extreme and left a trail of misery in their wake. And I can't think of a better place to start than here. Hell's Kitchen is all about revolutionizing the culinary industry. But did you know there are certain dishes that are banned from ever being made on the show? Well, this contestant decided to fool around a little bit and send one of them to the pass. What could go wrong, right? The Hell's Kitchen Pantry offers its chefs a wide range of ingredients to help them whip up some next-level dishes. But as a rule, anything potentially lethal is banned from use on the show. I mean, I sure hope so. Watching a contestant screw up chicken is one thing, but fugu? Count me out. But you'd be astonished to hear just how many times the health and safety standards were violated by contestants that have appeared on the show. Let's start with Brendan's second service in Season 9. The trouble began when communication breakdowns between Brendan and Chino resulted in a screwed-up risotto not once, but twice.
Chino reminds me of a chipmunk on meth.
Creative, huh? But this little incident earned Brendan a not-so-flattering nickname. The Prince of Lies. So what happened is, Brendan fired a sea bass for an upcoming table while the rest of the kitchen wasn't prepared. This mistake got Ramsay involved, who emphasized the need for clear communication and precision in timing during the service. Brendan was then instructed to prepare another sea bass to replace the one that had been sent in too early. Unfortunately, the situation took a turn for the worse when Ramsay grew suspicious of what Brendan was up to. Ramsay had a feeling Brendan had sent up the sea bass that had been cooked 10 minutes prior, which would have been in blatant violation of his commitment to freshness and quality. But Brendan vehemently denied it, claiming that he had started a fresh sea bass.
Chef, I can't find it.
However, Ramsay was still skeptical, prompting him to challenge Brendan to produce the old sea bass. Unbelievable! When he returned empty-handed and admitted that he couldn't find it, Ramsay's tone grew deadly serious. He even went as far as threatening him to really drive the point home.
Kitchen, I'm going to ask you one more time to tell me the truth. Is that the bass from 10 minutes ago, or is that a fresh one you cooked? Because I'm going to turn this fucking kitchen upside down.
Brendan's moment of truth came when Ramsay asked him for a second time whether or not the old sea bass had been sent out. And he finally admitted to the deception.
Chef, yes.
The admission came too little too late, with his brief lapse in honesty and integrity putting the reputation of Hell's Kitchen itself on the line.
The only thing bigger than Brendan's ego are the lies that he tells, and I can't have that in Hell's Kitchen.
Amen. Next up, in season 14, Brett started the fourth night on the appetizer station alongside Brendan. When Brendan made a little slip-up by serving too little risotto, Brett...
Season 14? How long did that show go on for? Maybe it's still on the air. I don't know. I used to watch it, but I haven't watched it in a long time. I gotta get my foot back on the footrest, maybe. There we go, I think. Never stays, but maybe it'll stay for a minute.
Well, I'm getting a new car. Yeah, contemplating the same. You know, Carvana is super convenient.
Definitely no risk.
I didn't think you'd actually do it.
I just stopped to point out the fact that he said there was 14 seasons of this at least. He said this is in the 14th season right here. Let's watch it.
Jumped into action and took over for him. The dude was willing to step up when things got tough, which, despite what's coming up, I still gotta respect him for.
I got this.
While Brett was working on making a fresh batch of risotto, he thought he was nailing it. He felt pretty confident about the refire, but Ramsay spotted a big issue.
Stop! Come here! Bring that f***ing pan and bring that pan here.
Still wondering what the real issue was? Well, let me illuminate that for you.
3-4 minutes ago, jumped into the fresh one. What in the f*** are we doing?
You see, fresh is Ramsay's favorite F word. I know, it's hard for me to believe too. And this next contestant decided to serve him just the opposite. In season 3, Joanna had a crucial role at the appetizer station. It was her third and final service, and she was looking to take the lead with her risotto. But here's where things started to go wrong. Her first batch of risotto turned out way too salty.
It's soft, it's
And
salty,
too green,
yes,
I'd
and it's crap.
This mistake forced the whole team to start over, which wasn't a good look for any of them, least of all Joanna. And the problems didn't...
I do remember that it's the red team versus the blue team in these, in the challenges. And I think it just goes to, I don't know what it goes to after the challenges, but... And one person gets sent home after every episode, based on their performance in the kitchen that episode.
Stop there. When she sent up the refired order, it had to be redone for the third time because Bonnie's scallops were undercooked. And then, the biggest shocker of the night. Ramsay caught wind of something terrible.
Smell that, hey you, don't you f***ing dare, come here you, hello.
And, well, I think you already have a fair idea of what happened.
Can you not smell that? The crab is off. It's f***ing rancid.
This video game really does look cool. I might check it out. I don't know, I wonder if it's out yet. I'll check it out. I'll find out and I might get it for my computer because I don't have a gaming console. Ow. My hip is killing me. I'm not very hip right now. I'm too hip. I'm too hip right now. Ooh. I had a fart too. No. Had to abort mission. Wasn't sure how it was gonna come out. Fart or shart or whatever. Here we go. World of Warfare. The World of Warships.
Enemy battleship sunk. Enemy battleship detected. Enemy submarine spotted. Attention. Reporting the target position. Enemy heavily damaged. Chef foundered.
I shouldn't need to tell you how dangerous using spoiled ingredients can be, and Ramsay knew it all too well himself, since he didn't skip a beat before berating her.
How can you do that?
I didn't smell the crab.
Ramsay looked genuinely terrified. But the bigger question is, what was a rotten crab doing in the kitchen in the first place? Anyway, Jen performed equally bad that night. She was initially assigned to the meat station, but when things got chaotic, Ramsay moved her and Julia to the appetizer station after Joanna's crab incident.
Julia, take over.
Yes, chef.
The frustration was getting real, so Jen made the decision to throw away some cooked spaghetti that she thought wasn't needed. I mean, excellent judgment. But Ramsay suddenly called for spaghetti on the next order, and this caught Jen off guard. Guess what she did?
I decided to retrieve the spaghetti from the top of the garbage and washed it to 12, kills the bacteria, and then I decided to serve it.
Yeah, your eyes aren't deceiving you. That actually happened. Thankfully,
Wow.
Julia stepped in and convinced her not to serve it because, well, of course she freaking shouldn't do that. It was in
How disgusting is that?
the garbage. Like, just think about that for a second. But I'm glad she had the rest of the contestants there to hold.
That tells you how terrified Chef Ramsay makes people. They'd go that far, then I get yelled at by them. They'd go as far as to dig spaghetti out of the trash and clean it off and try to serve it. Luckily, this chick with all the spaghetti in her hands, that chick with all the spaghetti in her hands, she at least stopped that bloodiness. I guess she done dropped some more spaghetti.
Her accountable. If that had been her own restaurant, who knows what she would have gotten away with. Speaking of getting away with things, Barrett was in charge of the fish station for season 11's 7th service, and you won't believe what he did. You see, Barrett had experience cooking fish, so the night should have been a cakewalk for him, right? Well, turns out, Barrett sent out some halibut to the pass, meant for a group of elderly women. But there was something wrong with it.
The paper.
Got the parchment on it, man? What, you trying to kill people? By the time you swallow it, it's too late. You're on the floor with John Philippe doing CPR on you.
Yeesh. Sometime later in the family dinner service, he was back at it again. First, when he sliced some lamb for an order, it ended up being undercooked. Barrett soon came up with a solution and put it back in the oven for an additional 30 seconds, because of course that was gonna fix it.
Maybe I'm not searing it long enough, maybe I'm not leaving it in the oven long enough, maybe my oven temperature's too low. Whatever it is, I gotta figure it out and figure it out fast.
Or maybe production sabotaged you. If you watched my video on the dark truth of Hell's Kitchen, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, go check it out right now and get caught up. Anyway, sabotage or not, instead of making sure the lamb was properly cooked, Barrett decided to send it out, despite knowing it was still raw. This was a significant mistake, because serving undercooked meat can be really dangerous. I mean, foodborne illnesses can be really bad.
Let's go back and find a different.
Switch to Chrome to load your favorite sites fast, so you can browse with ease. Fast,
Let's
safe,
find lawn.
yours. Abby Emmons, she's a writer. We'll watch another writing video. Abby Emmons, one of my favorite author tubers, along with Jenna Morassi. There she is down here. Where's she at? There she is. Abby Emmons. 456,000 subscribers. Slightly more than I have. Slightly more than my 240 subscribers. Here she is. Abby Emmons. Make your story matter. Is that the latest video? Let's see what the latest video is. I don't know how to figure it. I don't know how to figure that out. I wonder if that other video is going on for you guys. I don't hear it and I don't see it, but I don't know.
Sometimes this stuff works weird. This is build a fictional world without overwhelming your readers. Let's see.
Learned about world building into this training, including how to leverage your story world to deepen your character's internal conflict.
There's a lot of talk about this in the writing world. How to info dump without info dumping, I guess. How to world build without, like she said, overwhelming your readers or boring them to death. Alright, she's gonna show us how to world build without overwhelming your readers. Alright. Here we go. Why is it not playing? Oh, I stopped it. There we go.
Secret hack for effortlessly writing exposition through action. How to write immersive setting descriptions without slowing down your story's pacing. How to organize the details of your world and keep track of everything. And the best way to curate a one-of-a-kind vibe for your story world and have fun doing it. So let's dive into part 1 right now and tackle the most challenging aspect of world building, which is connecting it to your character, making your reader immediately care about the world building because of why it matters to the characters.
Okay, so before we dive into the different parts of this training, I just first want to refresh real quick about the do's and don'ts of world building. First, don't info dump all the world building at the beginning of your story and overwhelm us. Do expand your world as your character interacts with it. So exposition through action, as we're going to talk about today in more detail. Don't make your characters' conflicts begin and end with the way the world works. Do leverage the way the world works to make your characters' unique inner conflicts more compelling. Don't paint yourself into a corner with the rules of your world. Do stay consistent with your world's rules, but leave room for new possibilities. Don't slow down your story's pacing with wordy descriptions of the world. Do make your descriptions vivid and meaningful to the story, so keep things moving forward. Okay, so let's get into it. Key number 1, how to leverage your story world.
I expected this to be more exciting like Jenna Moressi's videos are, but this is just about world building. That's a pretty picture that's up there. This is about world building. Now, I don't, the book I'm working on now is is somewhat of a fantasy, so I have to worry about world building slightly, because I do have to worry about world building, but it kind of built itself. I didn't do a lot of info dumping. I didn't use a lot of exposition to describe my world. Here we go. Let's get out of this. I guess I'm gonna hang it up now. Peace. See ya. See ya. See ya. Peace.